Hello everyone. Welcome to this video overview of multi-tenancy, and the steps to create a new site in Bold Reports. Before getting into this video, let me give a short introduction on multi-tenancy in Bold Reports. Bold Reports on-premise reporting comes with multi-tenancy, which allows the administrator to deploy multiple tenants, and manage their reports. Each tenant has its own database for managing its reports and resources, and they are isolated from other tenants under a single Bold Reports deployment. Let me explain the multi-tenancy with an architectural diagram. The Identity Provider application is a core application of multi-tenant solution, which manages the tenants and its user identities. IDP and First Reports tenant can share the same database, but you cannot share the same database between two tenant applications. Install and deploy the Bold Reports on-premise reporting to deploy the first tenant with IDP application in an isolated database. After installation and deployment of the IDP for the first tenant, you can deploy as many tenants as you want, with their own databases. I have provided the video link on how to install on-premise reporting in the video's description for your convenience. Each new tenant created will be deployed with its own database and resources, which ensures data isolation. In this video, I'm going to explain the steps to create and deploy new tenants in Bold Reports. Now let's create a new tenant. To create a new tenant, first open the Bold Reports on-premise reporting. I have logged in with the root admin credentials. Only users in the System Administrator group have the permission to create the site. To open the site's page, click the user emoji on the left navigation bar and click the Manage Sites option. You will be redirected to the site's pages. You can also open this page by directly entering this URL path after the domain name of your hosted on-premise reporting application. In the Sites page, you will see the list of sites already created. To create a new site, click Create Site from the top panel. You will be redirected to the Create a New Site page. In this page, you can enter the tenant type, site name, site domain, site identifier, and use branding. The tenant type is the field which is used to select a tenant, either Bold Reports or Bold BI tenant. Since I have installed only the Bold Reports on-premise reporting in my system, the enterprise reporting is automatically selected. But it is in a disabled state. The site name field provides the name of the site. Site name field can contain space and special characters. For this demo, I am entering the site name field value as Bold Reports Enterprise Reporting, Client 2. Select the domain field in which this tenant is to be hosted. You can choose any communication protocol from the list displayed. By default, the domain field is automatically filled with the domain name in which the on-premise reporting is hosted. Site identifier field value is a part of the site URL. For this demo, I enter the value as Client 2. When entering the value, the sample site URL is displayed below. Then select the branding type. By default, Enterprise Reporting Branding is chosen. The localization, date and time format, and the branding images are copied automatically when creating the tenant. When I click the drop-down icon, the list of branding options are displayed. If you want to copy the localization, date and time format, and the branding images from the Bold ID, then select Bold ID. Click the Next button. Now, let's select the database in which the tenant information needs to be stored. In this step, I am going to store the reports, users, and their access permissions in Microsoft SQL Server Database, PostgreSQL Server Database, or MySQL Server Database. By default, the Microsoft SQL Server database is selected in the Server Type field. And the fields necessary to connect the Microsoft SQL Server database are displayed. You can also choose MySQL or PostgreSQL Server database from the Server Type dropdown. Based on your selection, the form will be refreshed, and the fields related to the selected database displayed. I have filled the necessary fields. You can choose any one option when connecting to the database. The new database allows you to create a new database in the selected server type. The existing database allows you to select an existing database in the selected server type. I select a new database. I enter the database name as Client2DB. The Enable SSL makes a secure connection between the on-premise application and database to encrypt the data. I click the Next button. Now let's select the storage type in which the tenant information is to be stored. You can select either the file storage or blob storage to store the resources in Bold Reports sites. File storage option allows you to store the resources in the local machine. Azure Blob Storage allows you to store the resources in the Azure Blob Storage. If you select the Azure Blob Storage, the fields required to configure the Azure Blob will be displayed, and you can enter the necessary fields. I choose File Storage and click the Next button. Now let's select the administrator. In this step, we are going to select the user to provide complete control over the site. The selected user has the privilege to create reports, data sources, schedules, datasets, users, groups permissions, and manage permissions for users and groups. You can search for the required users using the search bar and sort user details by clicking the sort icon. Select the user by checking the checkbox. Click Create and Launch Site. The reports tenant deployment has started and runs in the background. After the deployment is completed, you will be redirected to the View All page for the newly created site. In this page you will see Client 2 in the URL, the value we had entered in the site identifier field. Open the Sites page, and you will see the newly created site added to the site list. In this page, sample reports already integrated into the report server can be added by clicking Explore in the Report Samples pop-up. A dialog will open. It contains a list of samples already added. By clicking the Add Report button, you can add the report to the tenant. The reports are added under the Sample Reports category. On clicking the report, it will open in the Report Viewer. In this video, we have seen the architecture for multi-tenancy and the steps to be followed for creating a new site in the Bold Reports on-premise reporting. Stay tuned to this channel for our upcoming videos on Bold Reports. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.